On this episode of Greco Fabulous, I'm going to ride my Peloton because you're too poor. I wonder if anybody's going to notice this stain on my shirt. What do you think it is? Leave it in the comments below. Hey everybody, Greco Fabulous here, doing another rush job, trying to make my video deadline because I know there's tens of you out there that are depending on me and you need this fix.
Man, you got any spare change?
Sorry, bro, I'm all out, man.
Man, I got these cheeseburgers, man.
I don't want any cheeseburgers.
Please, man. I suck your dick.
So today we're going to show you my little trip to a small Comic-Con in the area. Not a big guy, kind of out there in nowhere, Massachusetts. The kind of stars they're bringing in are like Tara Reid and the guy who used to play the original Flash. Nobody on my level. So I fully intended on this being kind of a Spidey Sense episode because I was like, I'm going to charge my GoPro, I'm going to wear it, I'm going to make all this commentary and blah, blah, blah. But I forgot my SD card. So when I went to hit the button, it was like, we can't do that because there's nothing to record to. Editing is hard, especially when you don't have footage. Did it come with a key too? I feel like I remember.
Yeah, that's the harder part.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Castle of Lions is definitely on my to-do list as far as something that I want to pick up for myself. I've only seen it a handful of times, and it just hasn't been good enough to pull the trigger. This one you know, if I'm gonna spend over $200 on it, it's got to be complete, it's got to be not broken, and it's got to be not yellow. So I'm gonna pass. But pretty cool to see.
Yeah, they do. I don't. I sold the whole load. Questions?
I'm just curious, what's the story with this Dr. Katz?
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's
Yeah.
just a promotional thing signed. I have no idea.
All right, now here's some really random thing, which I don't know. I probably overextended and you know, thought it was kind of neat. I don't know how much longevity it'll have, but I've always been a big fan of Dr. Katz, the professional therapist. You know, that kind of like Squiggly Vision show on Comedy Central.
I knew when I was 10 years old that I wanted to be a psychiatrist. 10 years old, but when I was 20, when I finished college, I took work as a pimp. I had to. There was nothing out there.
Told me it was some kind of like internal thing that they passed around, and I guess what adds credence to it is that it's signed by some folks here. And I didn't Google a lot of the names here, but Tony Fox, he was like a vice president at Comedy Central, so I thought it was neat. He wanted $10. I gave him $10. I probably should have thrown like 5 at him, but hey, who really wants this, right? But I don't know. I'm losing my touch, obviously. Got it. I bought a piece of paper for $10. Yay! Now, here's the problem with selling on Whatnot, or I guess the blessing, right? It's kind of expanding my view of some of these toy lines. Like, Ninja Turtles, I wouldn't even really bat an eye at unless it was something carded for really cheap that I wanted to keep for me. But now I gotta keep in my mind, like, hey, there's people out there that are willing to spend a lot more than you on Whatnot. So, case in point, here was a bucket of turtles, like 28 figures, sort of in different varying levels of completion. And I asked the guy what he wanted for all of it, and he came back at $350. And for me, just wasn't worth it to resell, because with things not being guaranteed complete, and the amount, it ended up being like a little over $11 a figure, and it just was outside of my comfort zone, even with how well Whatnot has been treating me in that case. Because at some point that bubble is gonna burst, and I didn't see enough figures here that were new and exciting compared to what I've already sold in the past, so I didn't pull the trigger. So I usually like to be around 15 for the carded figures. If I bought all of them, would that work for you? Or
No, I can't do that. I paid that for him.
you did? Okay, no worries. Now here's something I had some interest in. Carded, original vintage, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures. I already completed my set of the big box guys, so now I'm looking for those Automorphin types. Now, when it comes to these, I don't care how popular they get, how many 90s kids grow up and, get real jobs and want to spend money. I'm never going to pay more than $15 a piece for these. So I looked at these prices and I'm like, okay, that's kind of in the realm of reality. Trini was the lowest at 20, and then you had, a couple at 25 and one at 30. So I asked the guy, I was like, listen, I'd like to be at $15 a piece for these figures. If I buy all 4 of them, can you make this happen? And he said no. He basically said that that's what he was in on it for. So, at that point, I tried to just get Trini for 15. That wasn't happening either, so I walked away. But it's fine. I'll get it. I'll get it one day on my terms. It's gonna happen. Heed my words. Use patience in your collecting. Unless you're buying from me, then yes, you will never get another opportunity in your life. So if you don't want to live in regret, you better pay up. Whatnot?
$350 for both. Yeah, for you, the Starscream I would do $400. That's got no flat piece either.
Yeah, that's perfect looking.
I happen to have 2 of them. The other one I got at an auction, I paid about $300. I was very happy. Yeah, these are the more common characters. The Guy Kings on the side. That's the Matchbox one.
Would 300 be beating you up too much? You can be honest. It's I'm friendly with you. So.
325. How's that on me?
Let's do it. Thank you. Now, this booth I recognized even before I saw the seller. This booth belongs to my buddy, Bill. He's kind of famous in the area. He's friends with Boston Mike. He's kind of like in the toy community, he definitely stands out. He's a pillar for sure. And I've been grateful and thankful to become friendly with him. And, I got to see a lot of his impressive collection. And you know what? I was like, today, I I want to see if we can make something work out between Bill and I. We've had some good deals in the past, but I want to treat myself. So 2 out of many things that caught my eye, which I thought was totally well within my grasp, was these G1's complete in-box figures of Wreck-Gar and Galvatron. I'm a sucker for anything in styrofoam, and one of my living regrets is having passed up on Galvatron in the past, as well as Skylinks. Like, for some reason, I just won't pull the trigger on Skylinks, no matter how good the deal is. Like, and it's becoming more and more apparent how much of a mistake that was. These guys were mint. The boxes were in really great shape. Completely unused sticker sheets. Everything just looks really, really, really good. And for my purposes, I already have a loose, complete Galvatron. I already have a loose, complete Wreck-Gar. So I'm taking that into account when I'm trying to negotiate here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and sell those loose, complete figures to get some money back. I'm probably going to leave these guys in the box because they look so good, and probably better than what I already have. And I'm not a big collector of sticker sheets. I don't really care about them. I'm not going to apply them. I don't need them to be part of my collection. And I've realized that in the secondary market that selling unused sticker sheets, original ones, can actually be pretty profitable. Like, the most expensive one I've ever sold before was a Trypticon one. Granted, he's one of the biggies, but that was like 80 bucks or maybe even 100 back in the day. So I'm gonna see between the figures and probably those sticker sheets what I can recoup, and basically end up with some really mint figures and some mint packaging. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. Tell me what you thought about what I got. Tell me if you saw something in the footage that you would have made a play on. Anything. Tell me anything. Tell me. I like comments. I like interaction. This is probably being premiered, maybe, if I got on my game and spit this thing out. I don't know. Talk to me, man. I'm approachable. I'm an open door. It's right there. Some of you have my address. Come on, swat me. Swat me! No, please don't do that. Oh, God. Don't do that. I mean, the likelihood that I'm going to get it on camera is like 0. So, this would be a waste of everyone's time. If you can't get, the satisfaction of doing that live, and I can't get the views out of it, what's the point? If you can't get views, and you can't get ad dollars, it's meaningless. So, on that note, let's see how this video does. Alright, that's all. Bye! Alright, now here's a train shot for all of my viewers with autism. Honey, I can say that. I have autistic friends.